Alright, so we've got you inside here. Alright, so as we get everything here, this unmutes this row. You got rows, and you can put a track on either row. You can overlap if you want something playing at the same time, 1 and 2. You can also have a mix for each of those tracks, so you can so usually this isn't this big, but that's where you go if they correlate for 1, 2, 3, and you see the colors. Hit mix down here. You've got 1, 2, 3. Shows the inserts here. The phaser is good. You can turn the inserts off. You can double click it and it pops up. This is hard to get because there we go. The phaser is good. You can also add to change out or just change the quality of what you're doing. And you just go to inserts and hit plus. I just type equalizer. Hit enter. Pump that one up. You can compare and you can just, so if you need to add one. Now, I'm going to just unclick it. Doesn't turn it off, it just gets it out of the way. I want to mute the ones that I don't use. And remember, if you want to just delete time, like if there's a big space here, or let's say he coughs right here, you hear him sipping his water, you can just press find about where you want to start. Maybe you want to get a little bit closer on your trackpad. You can just the opposite of pinch, just pull out. And let's say we wanted to go from about right here, from the 20 to the 25. So we get the cursor here, we press the command button, and then we're going to click and hold. And then we're going to scan what we want to delete. So this section right here is highlighted. We're going to right click or 2-finger click, and we're going to say delete time. We don't want to use the razor, which is right here on this and this. We want to highlight it like we did, and we just want to click delete time. You can use the shortcut if you want, but I don't know what that is. And what that does, if you notice the highlight's still there, we can just click off of it and it unhighlights it. Now it just deleted that time and it automatically brought it together. From here, you click that, you hold down shift, your left arrow key, it's going to highlight this right here as well. So I've got shift and then that highlight, and we're just going to tap the letter X, like X-ray. Tap that X button. And what that did is that just made a thing you can actually see. See that right there? It just blended the edge at such a minute place that nobody would see. So when you go back and hit play, you can go. Now, shortcuts that will save your life. You can go down here and hit play every time, or you can just hit the space bar. As long as you're clicked anywhere in here, you can hit the space bar and it will go. Now let's say you need this to be louder. You can double click. You can click increase volume. You see how it started at about right here, and then this is about where it's out, but you see how it's cutting off at the edge? You want to try to prevent that if you can. So what I like to do is just scroll out, make sure that block is selected. Notice this one is not, but this one is selected. You can just see this white square here in the middle. It's always going to be in the middle. Just press that and kind of pull it down until you're about where you want it to be. Let's say there's a place that, oh, I want this to be a little bit louder. So then this would be a great place. Let's say we wanted to bring that not as loud to kind of match. And then I click to the right, shift, and then hit X, and it just mended all of those. So that's what you'll do the most. And then when you're done and you're ready, what you'll do is at the very top, you're going to right up above, about right here, you see, actually, so here you see the apple in the upper left hand corner. You see Studio One, you see File. If you want to close out and have the menu option, click there. Or if you're ready to go, you'll click Song, and then you'll drop down to what's called Export Mixdown. You'll click there, and you'll choose where the download's going to go. I recommend a folder that's titled something that makes sense. So for instance here, from our radio, for instance, Ephesians is the book, and then I number them. I'll delete them once I've uploaded them and I've got a backup, but these are the ones that I'm working on. So they have, you can see this is the name of the message, this is the chapter of that book, the chapter and verses covered. And this is the number message in the series that it is as you go down. But you will select where it's going to go. Let's say I'm going to save it to that one right there. And then the file name, we'll just check, and it'll be, once again, let's say it's 1 space dash space parentheses message, another parentheses space 4, and you're going to use a period, not a colon, 4.12 through 30. Let's say that's what the things are. So, and then you just click OK. And once you click OK, it will automatically start downloading. So anyway, last but not least, always remember to check that your start markers where you want it to start at. Yours is always just going to be to the beginning, so just always make sure it's all the way back there. And then remember, you can zoom out instead of scroll, 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 scroll. Find the end marker, put it where you want it. One other thing, there is a snap to. So this button, when you hit play, the cursor, as this cursor goes along, it will make sure your screen goes along with it. So if you notice right here, watch this. If I hit play, it'll move the screen. See that? If you don't do that, it doesn't change it. All right, see? And there it comes. The other thing is the snap to. So what that does is it snaps by whatever these things are. You can zoom in and it makes these things smaller. But if you notice, it automatically snaps too. So can't really stop on unless it automatically stops on one of those lines. So I like keeping that. It just makes things much easier, makes life easier and ready to go. You always can come to me with questions and such, but there you go.